Okay, now we're going to start our discussion of the VBA code. Now remember, this is chapter 1, or is it chapter 2? I think it's chapter 1. And we're just basically, this is called the collector. We're learning how to collect data. This is just so that you can get some data, so that you can do some data mining. So I think it's very good to learn how to do this so that you can basically go to any website and get data from it. And then you really have a powerful technique for getting data, and then all the analysis techniques. And we don't just have to follow the analysis techniques in this book. We can use data mining software called Weka that I usually talk about, and I will talk about somewhat. And you can use R. You can use anything once you get the data. So this is a good set of tools to learn, and we're taking some time to go through it because I know it's new for a lot of the students. Okay, so we're going to finish this up by talking about the VBA code. I think that's all we need. Well, basically that's the most important part. So let's do it. So VBA is Visual Basic for applications. Applications means for Excel, for Microsoft Word. You can use VBA in Microsoft Word. You can use it in Excel. You can use it in, I think, Outlook and PowerPoint maybe. But it's probably most useful in Excel. So this section walks you through the VBA code that I use to update my data collector hourly. It runs itself, so I can get it going, walk away, and not come back for hours or days. You can start by using Alt F11 to open the Visual Basic editor. Now let's make sure that... Okay, so here's my Excel. Now probably your Excel, you don't have this tab here, the so-called developer tab. So you have to turn that on, so to speak. And you can look that up in Google, and how to show the developer tab on the ribbon. To show the developer, start any of these. On the File tab, choose Options. Looks a little bit different in 2013, I guess, but in the application name options dialog box, choose the customize ribbon button. So let's see if I can do this. File, options, customize ribbon here. And then I think you just, where is it? Hold on. In the list of main tabs, select the developer checkbox. Where's that? In the list of main tabs. Here. Make sure that you select this. Okay, so you probably don't have that on yet, but you can turn it on. So then you'll have this. This is now you can put in code. Now he said you can press F. What was it? You can press Alt F11. Alt F11, and that will open this up, which is what we want to get to. This is where you put the code. This is where you put your Visual Basic for Applications code. Microsoft Visual Basic for Applications. Okay, so you could do it that way, or you can just go to here. Since you have the developer here, you just go to there, and that will also open it. Okay? He says, then arrange for a fresh module by choosing Insert Module. The code that's shown in this chapter or your own VBA code goes into the new module. So module is just a place to store the code, and you can have different modules for different code, but I guess for our purposes we're just going to put everything in one module. So you go to Insert Module like that. So now you just have a clean module for the code, and now it's here, Module 1. Okay, I think we could change the name of it, but maybe not. Guess you can't. Okay, so anyway. Okay, although the figures in this chapter indicate that I'm obtaining data on several books, I'm limiting the code used here to just 2 books. You can extend it to more products than 2 if you want. I should also note that I've revised the code somewhat to make clear what's going on. So I guess a number of modifications would structure the code a bit more tightly. So he's saying he could have written it a little more succinctly, but it might not be so clear for a student to understand, so he makes it a little bit less succinct but a little easier to understand, and it might make it run a little bit slower, but it's okay. But they tend to obscure the okay. So now he says he puts this in, option explicit. So let's put that in. At the very top, you have to put it there. Okay? And he says, what does this do? So this is something that we use in Visual Basic as well. He says, I always specify option explicit at the top of any VBA module. Doing so forces me to declare variables explicitly, often with dim statements. For example, here. So this is called declaring a variable, and the name of this variable is called next row. And the type of value that it can take is our integer values. So this is how you would declare a variable called next row to take integer values. A little explanation he gives is that dim is short for dimension, or short for variable. Dimension means variable also, same thing. And that informs VBA that a variable named nextRow is intended to exist in the module's code. The variable is declared to exist later on if I mistype the name of it. So maybe, you know, we have a variable called nextRow, but he somehow spells it like that and like this, correctly here but not correctly here. Then Visual Basic will complain, saying, oh, it doesn't know what this is, because this one has been declared, but it doesn't know about this one. Now, if you didn't use this at the top of the module, it wouldn't complain. It would just assume that it doesn't have to know what it is. So then you wouldn't know that you mistyped something. So that's why he's using option explicit. It means whenever you have a variable, it means you have to declare it first. So this one wasn't declared, so it will complain. Okay? So it can keep you from making these kinds of typing errors, for one thing. Okay? So we're going to declare a variable like this. In fact, let's just do it right now. I think I can start here. I'm not sure. Okay, so I'll just put it there, and you can type yours in. So VBA complains that I'm trying to use a variable that I haven't declared. If I don't have option explicit at the top of the module, VBA assumes I meant to implicitly declare a new variable called nextRow. So it assumes that this is just some new variable that I'm trying to define, and assign it to the current value of next row plus 1. The implicit on-the-fly declarations of variables was common programming practice 40 years ago. VBA still tolerates it unless you protect yourself with option explicit. So you should put this at the top. Okay. Maybe we don't need it actually. Maybe this is not being used actually. Okay, so maybe we don't need, maybe I should take that out. Doesn't seem like we're using it right now. Okay. Now, he says, well, okay, next we're going to go to the first, what we call subroutine, first small program that we're going to write, and it's called Do It Again, subroutine, and we'll come to that in the next video.